Round 4 about to kick off here at the BPL22 at Club Pine Rivers, the majestic Club Pine Rivers. The wind has died down. We think, we hope, we pray. And let's keep our fingers and everything crossed that the wind stays away. It's the Perth Suns up against the Geelong Jets in what is building to be a ladder-shaping clash because both teams sit inside the top 5. The Suns in 3rd, the Jets in 5th, both on 2-1, looking to make a big indent into this competition. Valfebo here with you at Club Pine Rivers in Moreton Bay. And that is all for Tripadil here on Rinkside Live. Roll into your next holiday with Tripadil. Alongside me, as they have been all day, Matt Lucas, former Jackaroo, the man with the decisive delivery. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
And Connor Munnings also here doing a wonderful job behind the scenes with our switching. How are you, Connor?
Yeah, great to be back, Val. It's great to see the wind die down, touch wood. Is wood about?
So the teams for this clash, Christina Van Nierop, Carl Healy and Ben Leggett with Bill Brandsma as coach. First look at Ben Leggett in BPL colours for the Suns, and Paul Foster, MBE, Aaron Wilson and Jamie Lee Warsnop under the tutelage of Matt Flapper. And we have some milestones in this match. There's a few actually to get through, and get some of those up on the screen. I think it's Nathan Black playing his 50th game for the Sydney Lions, or 50th game all up. No, 50 Lions games it is, because he did play 11 for the Adelaide Pioneers. And moving on, we've got the Sydney Saints. 50 games for the Saints in their 50th game as a franchise. Twist, Walker and Heyman, 50 games for their franchise. And Walker, 50 all up. And then one final one in this game right here. 50 games for the Jets for Aaron Wilson, and 50 BPL games for Paul Foster and Jamie Lee Warsnop. As we get underway, it's Carl Healy leading for Christina Van Nierop, and it is Aaron Wilson leading for Paul Foster. Speaking to Clive Adams, ringside Clive, who's in attendance at this BPL, he was saying that Chrissy has been skipping in set number 1, and then moving to lead in... Carl moving into Skip's position for set number 2. And then Ben Leggett comes on to lead in the second set. Trying something a little different. Played some bombs allegedly today, and that's no surprise. And no surprise to see that the Jets are in the top 5 as well, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's something that we've seen a couple of teams do before in the past where, you know, it's nice to get a feel for the rink. I think in the first game today I was talking about, you know, just trying to find your draw, find the lines. Early days, and then perhaps, you know, when the time comes to play some of those more expansive shots, you've got an idea of how to go back to the draw after that, rather than, you know, starting with all these aggressive shots and then trying to find a draw on the back of that can be really tough. So a great idea to, you know, for Carl, who everybody knows is a fantastic hitter, allow him a few ends here or a set to find his range, and then hopefully add those dynamic shots in the second set. So you see him finding that range beautifully there with his third bowl, drawing a second shot. Getting a little low 10 off Christina on the way past.
So Christina Van Nierop changed her name after marrying her now husband Marcus in March, and Paul Foster. Chrissy's got a lot of fans around Australia. I know her dad Jovan, he'll be watching on. He was over there in Birmingham for the Com Games a couple of years ago, and he's Chrissy's biggest supporter. So Jovan, if you're watching, good to have your company.
Aussie's first attempt down there on a beautiful track, just coming up a smidge short. Might have cut down a little bit of access there for himself with his second bowl. He might be looking a little bit more aggressive with his second bowl, perhaps. Christina on the forehand just falls inside that jack high bowl, potentially counting. Paul opting to go for the forehand side now after getting in his own way a little bit there. His first attempt. Sliding through.
After this end, we'll take you through the full ladder here at BPL 22. Interesting where a lot of teams sit at the moment. There's some surprise packets that have made their way into the top 5 and also some teams that we expect to be there as well. Of course, a lot of that will change over the next couple of days. It's a really strong end so far from the Perth Suns to start proceedings. Temperature has dropped just slightly to 32 degrees. And as I say that, the wind picks up. Paul Foster. That is special. Absolutely special from the reigning MVP.
Yeah, a great shot, and this is where you really need that to capitalise on such a good end here. Christina with the last bowl gets the opportunity to take that bowl out, potentially get down for the jack. Just bending underneath. It was a great attempt.
Not far off at all. She can play those shots, Chrissy. I've seen that time and time again. So, one to start with for the Jets. Here's the replay.
Yeah,
Paul
cracking
Foster.
shot.
Disco knew it as well. Absolutely knew it.
Actually making the right call to go to the forehand in the end after sort of chalking up the way a bit with his first bowl on the backhand. Give himself 2 looks at it on a forehand and makes good his third bowl.
Carl Healy, his 4th attempt at a Bowls Premier League, made his debut at BPL 19 for the Perth Suns. And they came home with a wet sail after a shaky start and just couldn't quite manufacture a spot in the finals. Ken Pride, Oz WA CEO, walks in. Even when you are Ken Pride, you've got to walk around. You can't cut through. The marshal's saying you can't walk ringside. Do they know who he is?
Carl making a nice little correction there with his second bowl. Good shot, only a foot or so away.
Aaron just hasn't found his weight yet. He's left a couple short in the first end and also in this end.
Definitely reaching that time and just getting a little bit of a turn across the breeze, which has happened a bit on this backhand towards the club. Perhaps a little bit more shelter from some of the shade cloth here, and bowl's just responding a little bit out of character perhaps than for what the players are expecting, but from what we've seen here today, it's definitely still gettable, still able to draw close. We've seen a lot of high quality games in these conditions, so give them a chance for a couple of ends and find their range, and I'm sure we'll see some fireworks.
Jets made history in February. Connor and Matt as the first team to have the top 2 vote getters in the MVP. Had both of them in the All-Star team.
Yeah, Paul Foster was on the rampage.
It was the bowl he played to win the first set against the Pulse in the finals. That was quite incredible. And the roar from the Ocean Grove Parochial. They loved every second of it.
Foster looks better speed here. Making his way in, trying to get it to turn back. Sounds like second shot.
Carl calling Christina on the wide hand, the ditch side. Mainly been the wide hand because of that wind today.
She hits fresh air. She was good there, just touching the front bowl and took all the pace out of it, unfortunately for Christina. Deciding whether they just try and play this bowl out of the head. Paul Foster on the backhand. Got through his own bowl and then just runs right alongside the jack.
Good chance for the Suns here to get a multiple, get themselves on the board. Aaron's already called it, I think, though.
So 1 to the Perth Suns. They're on the board in this clash.
1 to the Suns. A little bit intrigued. I mean, I'm always perhaps a little bit more ambitious than others, but I thought there might have been a sneaky opportunity for Christina to play an aggressive shot on the backhand and perhaps remove that bowl. I think they had the next 3 after that. I know you're holding shot and you probably want to get on the board too, so there's a strong argument for that as well. But yeah, you never look a gift horse in the mouth. That's what I think. Anyway, that's why I'm sitting here.
You've coached, mate.
Good start there from Carl. Yeah, and I guess it's knowing the guys you're playing against and whether, you know, if Christina's an 80% chance of drawing the shot on the forehand there, go for it. If she's a 40% chance of getting that bowl out, and you just try and add.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think particularly in this format, if there's an early opportunity to make something happen, I'd be having an early look at it and have a crack. Try and get the ascendancy, and then you can play defence after that.
Really good start from Carl Healy. Their first sets, the Geelong Jets were quite extraordinary. I think they won 20 across BPL21. So they're good front runners.
Asking this to turn a little bit. Managed to get all the way back. Oh, it's a great shot. Sets up a really nice head there for the Suns. Disco still interested in this bowl. Just ducking away now. Creates a pretty nice angle there. Opportunities for Paul on both hands if he wants to draw on the forehand or potentially play a little bit of weight through that last bowl of Disco's. There's a lot of value in the last bowl Disco played. Christina just gets to play this with all the confidence in the world. Just coming up a little shy.
Paul Foster on the mat now. He has done everything that there is in this game. He's only played 2 BPLs and he's already won an MVP. Exactly what Alex Marshall did it on debut, but him and Alex just going from gear to gear, continuously getting better. He was playing that Scotland series just a few weeks ago. Australia winning that one fairly comprehensively. Apparently a little bit of a flu went through the Australian team on the way back. I know Chrissy was quite sick when she got home. I think Carl copped it as well.
Yeah, there's been a bit going around. I had it for a little while as well, and yeah, not much fun, but going all right here. I've only coughed twice today, I think, into the mic. Sorry, everybody.
I'm impressed with you, Matt.
Let's see. Does he just sneak past there?
It sets it up for his last one, though. He has a opportunity to play a bit of weight.
That second bowl weight, you never want to lose it, especially when you're playing that kind of shot towards the head. As you say, it just gives him a great opportunity with his last one if he wants to be aggressive and attacking. And Christina's trying to thwart that by playing a little back toucher. Oh, she's played it perfectly here.
That is monstrous from Christina Van Neerup.
Oh, the situation just became a lot harder for Paul Foster.
Again, that brilliant bowl there from Christina Van Neerup.
My apologies to everybody. I'm going to continue to call her Christina Christie. It's just going to happen. I'll try not to, but
I'm used to it by now. But at first, it took a while.
So taking a timeout, and Paul heading back to the mat. Looks like they're going to play some weight through the backhand side here. I don't know how much weight he's going to play. No, on the forehand. Looks like it's going to hold a bit. It's a mighty effort.
So, the Perth Suns continue on their merry way. Any power plays called by Matty Flapper? No. Nothing as of yet. So 2 to Perth. So 3-1 is their lead after 3.
I wonder if our chief statistician, Plucker, has been taking note of how many weighted bowls have missed wide on that forehand going away from the club, backhand coming towards it. Obviously we've been on this rink all day and noticed that bowls are sort of sliding away from the centre line more than sort of gripping and turning. Definitely turning more on the forehand side back towards the clubhouse, and the backhand side going away. For right-handers, that is, of course. Great shot from Disco. Front toucher.
Oh, we know the quality that Disco possesses. 4-time All-Star MVP at BPL 11 with Aaron Sheriff. The only time that award has been tied.
You'll notice the thing with Disco I've noticed since my time at BA is he bowls the big bowl when needed. Even if he might be being beaten by his opponent, he bowls that bowl when it's needed.
If you beat him, you're never going to have it all your own way. I think that's the main thing with Disco. And that is even better. Not really too much of a target either. Same bowl called for Paul Foster to Aaron Wilson.
It's a pretty good end from Disco.
I think what does help Chrissy is that Carl has given her one pass.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Carl probably, knowing him, would have been kicking himself with that last bowl for not actually giving it a chance. He'd sort of set up the opportunity to land the bowl or trail the jack, and got caught being just trying to be a little bit perfect, and just never know, fluky breeze. As they say in golf, 100% of short putts never make it in the hole, do they? So got to be giving it a chance, and Chrissy's doing that with this.
The Com Games gold medalist, has she pulled up in front for one? No. So one into play after this. No power plays used, so to be double power play on the final end. Who will it suit though? If anybody. But
it's actually touched that shot bowl, still touching it, rocking against it. Oh, sorry, second shot bowl. Needed to advance it an inch, and it was the shot.
So what's Paul Foster doing here? Playing with a little bit more weight. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all.
Christina Van Neerup, she only needs to make a slight correction here. Her weight was pretty good.
She's starting to get pretty interested about it.
Watching intently, she's not blinking, Chrissy.
Surely gets the shot out of this at least. She made 2 out of it. Brilliant shot.
Is superb. Christina Van Neerup asking all the questions.
Paul Foster wasted no time here on the backhand, looking to swing underneath the front. Just collects it.
So that'll be 2 more to the Suns. It'll be a double power play. And it means that it's a 5-0, or 5-1, sorry, I should say. Just taking things away from the Jets. 5-1 is the score. So a 3 for the Jets on this end wins them the set. So the power play is still coming at an okay time. And a 2 will tie it. So they're actually not in the worst position having last bowl either. So I think Paul Foster won't mind that too much. But the Perth Suns just need to defend a multiple. This is when you know that the Jets, gentlemen, when their back's against the wall, you just know they're going to find something. And it wouldn't surprise me if at the changeover, Disco might be holding 3.
Yeah, okay. Carl's quite a good student of the game, so he knows exactly where these guys will want to score and where they want to position, bowl by bowl. So I don't think they're going to have anything really surprising. It's just about how he executes, trying to thwart that.
Was just named the Pulse New South Wales Coach of the Year, Carl Healy. So you mentioned student of the game, Matt. Well, he certainly is.
Teacher of the game.
Student and teacher. Loves bowls. Played a pretty good end here, Disco. He's done a
good job. Would have loved that to get back to the centre line, but still lying 2.
You were seeing here, Matt. Would you be playing underneath Carl's bowl on the backhand?
Well, it depends how they want to defend it. I was probably thinking more just a draw on the forehand, which is what Chrissy's shaping up for. Because they're happy to drop a 1.
Yep.
If they needed to score, if they needed the end, I think they would have been looking at, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? The backhand, little rumble up there, land the ball, get the jack, but she's done a good job here. Oh, she got 3rd shot out of that.
Yeah, so that's enough at the moment for the Jets to tie the set. If they add in a 3rd, well, they can go a long way to winning it.
Paul Foster's not far away here.
Oh, he's put that in a really good spot. Not sure that it's 3rd.
Yeah, Carl's not mucking around with this one. He's asking for a little bit more vigour in this shot. I'm not convinced this is going to get back though.
It's trying.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that has not helped at all. Chrissy grimacing. And that has come back just almost too far in the end. Didn't want anything to do with it. And that means that the Jets currently hold set. Chrissy's going to have to cut things down with her last.
Yeah, I think time again there. They probably played that a bit quicker so that that's not really an option, you know. It's asking for something similar, Carl. Promoting her front bowl.
Chrissy running weight. She's not far away.
It's pretty fair.
It's coming.
It's pretty fair.
Just needs it to hold.
Oh, she's done a great job.
That is splendid from Christina Van Nierop. They're still down, but it might have just saved the set.
So the jacks moved as well there. Don't know if it's 1 or 2. I didn't get a signal.
Here's the replay.
Whopping goal, no matter the result there. Certainly saved the set. It's just up to Paul Foster. Just wide here.
So was it 1 or 2 in the end? 1 double to 2. Christina Van Nierop saves the set with an absolute bomb. They win it 5 shots to 3. And the Suns take the ascendancy. What a save that was.
Oh, a cracking shot. So you could sort of see Chrissy's posture on the mat. I think Carl was sort of asking for that same kind of shot.
Yeah.
He said, you've already seen what it's done down there. And Chrissy sort of made that one correction, just went a little bit quicker, got the ball to hold underneath the head and did just enough to get that jack movement.
I think she could tell out of the hand as well. She was on her haunches immediately. Ben Leggett comes into the game to start set number 2. Disco will remain as the lead, and Jamie Lee Walsnott will come on at the conclusion of this end. Yet to be determined who comes off, if it's Paul Foster or Aaron Wilson. That's a good start. Set number 2 from Aaron Wilson. And it was, I think, between Paul Foster and Aaron Wilson in February. They were able to decide pretty quickly who was the better form player or the more informed player on that particular rink, Connor. And it was probably about 50-50 who got subbed off more.
Yeah, I think towards the end of the comp, Paul Foster stayed on most of the tournament.
starting to get a little hazy in here. I think there's a bit of, might be a little fire somewhere around.
A bit of smoke. Doesn't surprise me with the amount of wind that we've had today. I'll be glad to see the back of it if it does go. I said if. So Ben Leggett in just his third BPL game. Fourth, I should say. Still can't count.
That makes three of us. Just you and me.
So, this seems to be, as the sun sets over Pine Rivers, seems to be the trend of the tournament from the Perth Suns. Carl, to skip for set two. Nice weight. So, around the rinks, bring you some of those, what's happening. It's been the Melbourne Extreme. They lead 6-2 over the Moreton Bay Pirates going into the last end of the first set. The Lions going into the final end of the first set lead the Steamers 10-8 in a battle of the two undefeated franchises. So that'll be an absolute ripper. And then the Tridents have taken the first over the Saints 6-4. The Pioneers have taken, the Ospreys have taken the first over the Pioneers 4-3. And the Hawks have taken the first over the Pulse 12-4. So this one seems to be like it could be a big leveller. Round number 4.
Oh, super shot here. Just coming in, flopping in front of the jack. Yeah, Carl's got a bit of a shot on here to try and poke his own bowl through the gap here and collect the jack. He's playing it with firm swingy weight. Wants it to turn.
Making its way, Carl Healy over the top. Oh, this is a big chance here for Paul Foster. Gain the early ascendancy, and this is the thing that they're going to do. They're going to keep peppering you, and they're going to keep you on edge the entire time. Jamie Lee Warsnop will come on after the conclusion of this bowl. What can Paul Foster do? I reckon if he nails it, he'll stay on. Quite one taken out and just the one, so no harm done for the Perth Suns. Jamie Lee on, Disco picking up his bowls, and I think Paul Foster's going to remain on the rink. 1-0 to the Jets, set number 2. Ladder at the moment sees the Sydney Lions on top, Steamers in second, they're both undefeated. Perth in third on 2-1, also 2-1 are the Pirates and the Jets in fourth and fifth, all with one win. After that, the Pulse, Ospreys, Pioneers, Hawks, Extreme and Saints from 6 to 11. And then unfortunately for the Tassie Tridents, who tend to start very well here at Pine Rivers, find themselves 0-3, but they have taken the first set in their clash against I believe they're playing the Saints at the moment.
Jamie Lee Woolstom's first bowl, just finishing just over a metre behind the jack. Handy spot.
Ben Leggett got? The youngster from Mount Lawley making absolute waves, not just in Western Australian bowls, but in Australian bowls. Were nominated for Club of the Year back in 2023. 2022, I should say. And of course, their men's fours team won the Australian Championship back in 2022, or although it was the 2021 Oz Champs at Broadbeach. Matty Lucas featured heavily in the 2022 edition. Kept us out there for a very long time in the final end.
Yeah, that's right.
You and Chris Laleave
Poor Plucker wanted to go home. Yeah, I said, not now, mate.
How many? You killed 7 ends.
Yeah, I think it was 6 or 7 ends.
I went back and looked at it recently. The final end against Jack McShane and Sean Thompson went for 58 minutes until it concluded.
Yeah, it's my God-given right to keep you out here as long as I possibly can.
Exactly right. If it's within the rules, you might as well. A couple of blockers wouldn't have gone astray, though.
No, they didn't want to do that, did they? To be fair, we did have a couple of opportunities to make a miraculous number. So, while your head's above water, keep breathing.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
Yep. Or if it's mathematically possible, then you have to give yourself every opportunity.
Yeah.
And you guys were absolutely firming the jack. It was incredible. Did get very cold, though, I must say.
Oh, I didn't feel it out there.
Only getting warmer.
It's funny, Chris Laleave, I would have played maybe 5, 6, 7 events with him, and then eventually I asked him to play a drive at a bowl, and he wound up. And he's seriously quick.
Yep.
And I said, where have you been hiding that, mate? I haven't seen it for 10 events or 7 or 8 events that we played together. I said, I don't like to pull it out all the time, A couple of tricks in the bag. Well,
when it's necessary, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's quite sharp. Not been playing a lot recently, Chris. Taking a bit of a break.
Carl Healy currently holding probably... could be either as little as 1 or as many as 3. Probably would say 1.
Breaking under the front bowl there. Sneaking up.
Yeah, that'll be 2.
That counts.
Jamie Lee indicates that it's 2. All the answers at the moment, the Perth Suns haven't played finals since BPL 12, and I'll give you a bit of trivia after that. After this end, Matty Lucas.
Oh, no. What happened then?
That just clattered into about 6 or 7 different bowls. 1 down now for Perth. 1 up now for Perth. Lost 1 in the count. Jeez, you almost have a think of going for that bowl.
Looks like he's down the backhand side. He's in front of the jack, so you don't want to be cutting it across and getting it over the jack. But
Carl Healy, what's he got? Harm done in the end. So we believe it's just going to be the 1 for Perth. And that's what it is in the end. So a little bit of a fortunate result, but for the Jets, but Perth will take it. 1 apiece in the second set. Now, the last time Perth made the finals, Matty Lucas, BPL 12, who were their players and their coach? And I'll open that up to the comments as well on YouTube.
Okay, who were their players? Oh, I'm pretty sure I know one.
Yep.
Am I allowed to say, or
Yeah,
am I going to give it away? Okay. Christina Christic?
No.
Okay.
It was in Moama in 2021.
I think I know.
Lee Schreiner?
Yes, that's 1. The second male in the team finished runner-up in the MVP voting at that event. If that helps at all. Do you know it?
I think so.
Give me the year again.
2021, BPL 12. So Moama, February 2021. So I'll give you a hint. This was height of COVID, so
Blake Mann?
No, WA players couldn't play.
Oh, okay, right. Right.
Do we go?
Yeah.
It's Ray Pierce.
Yes.
And the female was it Genevieve Delves?
You are spot on.
Oh, well played.
And what about the coach?
Stumped me there.
Wouldn't have been Peter then.
No. Josh Thornton.
Okay, yeah.
JT.
Yep. So that's the last. David Baker's asked if it's Clive Adams. Clive wasn't actually at that BPL. It was my first ever Bowls Australia event. Ben Leggett with an absolute ripper. I think I whipped that out at every BPL.
I think I remember from last one.
Yeah.
That's why I had it.
But it's been a long 4.5 years for the Perth Suns, and they'll be looking to get back there. They made it, I want to say BPL 10 before that, right here at Club Pine Rivers. I think that was Chrissy Cody and
Shannon?
Lee Schreiner,
Okay, yeah.
I think, played in that
Shannon
one.
not?
BPL 10, you made finals? You made finals? I tried to confirm with Chrissy whether she could remember and couldn't help me.
JL with a nice attempt here. Perfect weight for the shot. Trying to trail that jack down there. It's a perfect miss, you know. Talk about this a lot in coaching and giving your bowl an opportunity to have an impact there. If you're trying to be perfect and you come up short, all you do is get in the way and you leave, a bowl in your skipper's way. Even if you miss there, all you're doing is putting another bowl in the area. It's keeping the access available for Paul Foster to go down there, and instead of making 3, can potentially make 4. It's more about missing in the right spots than playing a cracker with each and every bowl you play. Carl trying to change this a little bit. He's done a good job. Certainly hasn't made it any worse. Paul Foster now not mucking around on the forehand. Big weight. Hold and just across the head.
So it was BPL 10 the last time that they made it here. So Christina, Cody and Lee Schreiner. Also made it at BPL 8 here at Club Pine Rivers. I know Clive Adams played in the very first final series for Perth. Said that they should have won a final, just didn't cover the back.
Big weight again from Paul. Wants the jack, calls it jack, he's got it. Oh, it's rebounding everywhere. And when the dust settles, we won to the Geelong Jets. Okay, Ben Leggett just saying that they've got a second at least and possibly 3 seconds.
Big chance here for Carl.
Yeah, I think. Again, down on the backhand. Bit of weight. Need to remove this shot bowl. Just hanging wide, just missing wide. You see Paul Foster motioning there, going to throw this out wide on the forehand and let it work back. Looks like he's taking reasonable grass. Just sliding on through. So 1 to the Jets.
And power play called by the Perth Suns. Bill Brandsma not afraid to use it quite early when he needs to. In 4, still not too early, but he calls it straight away. He's a good tactician, is Bill Brandsma. And the Suns will have double shots on offer. They're only 1 behind after 3. Extremely tight second set. Seem a little hazy in here. You're right, Matt. I think there has been some sort of flame go up somewhere.
Thought it was a TV rink. Getting warmed up for tomorrow night.
Yeah, might be. Could certainly be.
I was thinking it was starting to look a bit like an early 2000s disco in here with smoke machines and lasers and...
Or a 1920s pub. Been rewatching Peaky Blinders recently.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Surprised people could see through the smoke back then.
Well, when I was 18, I went over to England and worked in a pub over there, and it was still, you could still smoke in pubs back then, and I could almost set my clock to, well, I didn't need to look at my clock to see what time it was.
Yep.
I just looked at the layer of smoke coming down from, from the ceiling and knew it was about stumps.
Ben Leggett, that is superb. Made a really good fist of things in this second set. It's very hard to come on cold. Same with Jamie Lee. Geelong Jets, one of the favourites coming into this competition after what they did in Moama, falling just short of the title. Big point to prove. Always so hard to back up. There's teams that seem to play better in Moama and teams that seem to play better at Pine Rivers.
Another good shot there from Benny. Tidying that up a little bit. Yeah, and as we said earlier in the day, sometimes you turn up to a venue and you just feel good about it.
Yep.
You know, and Moama might be that for some teams, and Pine Rivers might be that for other teams. The more often you're exposed to it, the more comfortable you become, obviously, but sometimes there's just an intangible thing. You can't put your finger on it. You just turn up and go, I'm on today. Yeah, it's just starting to get a little bit yucky here for the Jets.
Yep, and Perth power play as well, mind you, so they've got double shots here. If they can secure a hefty total in this end, well, I know the Jets have a power play up their sleeve, but it could go a very long way to determining this result and could put Perth and keep them within the top 3.
Carl Healy down the forehand side. Perhaps playing that side so he doesn't create a target by drawing on the backhand. I'm not sure he's got the trip there. Did he get the journey for 3?
He's done enough there.
Paul Foster now, empty hand, nothing in his way, drawing the shot. I think he's done it.
Paul Foster, take a bow. You can get the other live scores on the BowlsLink app or results.bowlslink.com.au. Carl Healy with weight. Close, but no cigar. So does Paul change hands or stay on the same? He'll stay on the same.
He'll stay there and try and draw another bowl as close as he can. Ideally, he doesn't stick it alongside his other bowl there, but really got no other option.
Carl, could he still can get both. Does he do the same thing?
Still have the respot as well.
Yep. He's big.
Like
Carl
it.
Healy. He's killed it.
And his bowl's a toucher, so that's
Yep.
at least one.
So they do have a toucher, and it is one. Yep.
1-2.
So they take the lead, but it's Geelong power play. Liked an extra there, Perth, just to keep the pressure on. So Geelong, if they win this end, they go to a tie-break.
See on the replay there, when Carl's bowl first impacted, actually leapt off the surface and sort of didn't really get a good piece of Paul Foster's second bowl. It sort of almost ran over the top of it more than anything, rather than sort of getting a good piece and getting the bowl right away. It was then even unfortunate to catch his own back bowl. Otherwise they would have been 2 doubling the 4.
So Perth in this match have only conceded 4 ends from the 9 that we've played. They've been so good and so stingy when it comes to defending. They've only dropped singles. But they can't afford to drop a single here. Almost 6 o'clock local time. It's already shaping up to being such a close BPL across the first 3.5 rounds. Last year, every single franchise, Matt, at BPL20 enjoyed some sort of a stint inside the top 5.
Yeah.
Even the Gold Coast Hawks, who did not enjoy themselves here last year, but were able to respond in the finest of fashion, taking home the title after finishing 3rd, went unbeaten on the final day, winning 5 straight matches. Jets at the changeover, holding set. The Suns don't want this to go to a tie-break. They want to end this now.
Just looking across the scores there, looks like there might be a few tie-breaks this game.
Yeah, seems that way. Steamers and Lions could be heading there. Pirates and Extreme could be heading there as well. The Saints and Tridents also could be heading there. Pioneers and Ospreys as well. Hawks and Pulse. Nip and tuck. Carl Healy. Oh, yes. The healing hands. Or the healing touch.
Clean pair of heels.
Highlights seem to have been going to the Suns, and you feel like you're about to something special from the Jets here.
Yeah, Carl's just going to try and find his way into a cluster of Jets bowls. Anywhere past the jack here on the centre line. He's been unlucky that hasn't just gone inside that bowl.
So 2 bowls left for Paul Foster.
He's opting for trying to turn the bowl over the top of the jack.
So it's going to come down to the last here for Paul Foster. Where is Ben Leggett telling Carl to go here? timeout called.
Just wondering whether Ben's aware of that Paul Foster bowl or not.
Not too sure. Well, nothing they can do about it now. Carl wants us to stay off his own. Oh, it's okay just.
Not sure whether or not the marker and the players might have just been sort of hiding that Paul Foster bowl when Ben was calling. Ben was calling that they had the tee, but or the respot, I should say.
I think Perth do have the respot from this angle anyway. But that Paul Foster bowl that's off screen now, his last bowl, very interesting. So he's gone with it. We might not be able to see it. Jamie Lee, out of the way. There we go. And Perth,
like the fall there, I think.
They have absolutely monstered the Jets. They were stingy. They defended well. And after a ripper first set, they defended everything thrown at them in set number 2 to take a 4 with the final end, defending a power play, if you don't mind, to win it 5-3, 7-2. The Suns might just be rising at BPL22. And this could be the move that sees them possibly become one of the teams to beat. The Jets 2-2, the Suns 3-1. Connor Munnings, thank you very much.
Thank you, Val.
We'll be back very shortly for the Hawks and Steamers. This is going to be a brilliant contest. The Ospreys have gotten the job done over the Pioneers as well. But Matty Lucas, thank you. That was a ripping contest.
My pleasure again. Yeah, we'll see each other shortly.
We certainly will. And up next, as I said, Gold Coast Hawks and Moama Steamers. That's all from us here at Pine Rivers.